Can you do that? Or is that too hard?
You still want me to do it like...
Exactly, is that? I mean, it's super weird and cartoonish.
Let's try it in the... So just do one phase of like the regular, like, you know, the regular verse. No, do the one right before that. I can do it.
Do you like it or is it fucking
It's fucking awesome. If we play it tomorrow, we'll start I can't do any vocals over that though. It's just gonna be like instrumental.
Let's try it again.
That's awesome. Oh yeah. That's so stupid. It's so dumb that it's amazing. I'm gonna die laughing.
I'm just gonna do a one-man band thing. I don't really have time from work and other things to set up scheduling with rehearsals and stuff, so I'll just practice when I can by myself. So I just started playing slide and doing drums with my feet. No drum machine or anything like that, just like a water jug and then like a cardboard box. I just alternate. So I played like one or two little warehouse parties, and then my friend was like, oh, well, let me just work with you on some stuff. And one night we left the bar, came home, and I just started strumming, and there was an old Wurlitzer organ that had like programmed beats in it. So I just put a beat on and then literally got some junk from my kitchen in my old apartment and then started beating on the box and some stuff from the kitchen, along with the old Wurlitzer drum beat that was going on. And we did that for like 7 hours straight. And then we were like, oh, maybe we got something here. And the next day, I think we went to his house and started recording. But the whole approach was just kind of like, let's get wasted and like have fun and make music that we kind of want to hear, but also like just put on, try to get as rowdy as possible at live shows. I'm sure the music turned out being kind of crappy at some points. Because then there'd be moments where I was like, doing the sound check and was like, I don't care, let's go. It might sound like shit right now, but I don't, like, that's not why we're here. I'm not gonna sit there and nitpick like what the sounding is like. But that also, I definitely care now. I'm definitely like, all right, but now I know what I'm talking about, and I have a little bit of, like back then I was just, did not care at all. And it was almost kind of like a, fuck you, like let's do it. Which came, yeah, and that bit me in the ass a couple of times, because then the sound guy would like ask questions, and I had no patience. But it's mainly because I had nothing, I didn't know what I was talking about. So I couldn't tell him like, oh, turn the, like I didn't even know if the treble would make a difference. You know, I had nothing to say, so I was just like, fuck it, dude, like, and so I was kind of an asshole to the sound guy. Then the sound guy, he has all the power in the world. He can make your stuff just sound like shit, right? With a knob, you know? So I learned, okay, I should not be an asshole to the sound guy anymore. Like, he can ruin a show real quick for you, and you're not getting anything from it. So I stopped doing that. That's where I want any input you got. Like, those are just the parts that I've come up with, like those 4 little.
I think they're all great. Let's just fuck around with it and see if any inspiration comes.
So I'm not sure. What I'm thinking is that that comes in too soon. I think it still needs to have the little like. Maybe like we still fuck around doing that for a little bit, like the little noodle part.
How did you? What was the demo that you sent me? What was that?
I can't use this guitar anymore.
I don't think
It's
so.
a pain in the ass. It's just like the same reason I quit playing the banjo, because every time I was like, "Ugh." It's fun, but it's like not worth it. Anyway, what I sent you was like the intro, like we do that like twice, and then it goes right into the. But I think that comes in too soon or something. Like it doesn't seem like it's ready for it. So whatever you think.
By itself or whatever, and then bust back into. What's the song about? Shorts?
Yeah, the name of the song is I Like the Way You Wear Shorts. Yes, those shorts. What? I'll fucking
Great
just,
style.
I'll do this.
It's your best title.
Well, it's either I like the way you wear shorts, yes, them shorts, or it's I like the way you wear shorts, yes, those shorts.
That was better, probably. Or was it too obvious?
Because actually, the words are I like the way you wear shorts, I like the way you wear them shorts. Not for the first time, hope won't be the last time. I like the way you wear shorts.
Can you bust out your phonage and record this shit?
Then the other part is like the little, like Yankee Doodle part. Our blood bleeds brown, gets shut up in the clouds, making shapes and writing checks, and you lying down.
Say that one more time.
Our blood bleeds brown, then gets shut up in the clouds, making shapes of writing checks, and you lying down. I like the way you wear shorts. I like the way you wear them shorts. I like the way you wear shorts. Not for the first time. Won't be the last time.
Every sentiment that I've ever wanted to express.
And then the other part is,
I have proved you wrong. I never moved on. Now you wear the crown. I got you the fucking crown. Now you bleed me and you're all I see. There's no way out. I guess we figured it out.
We're planning touring a lot, just not making a lot of money. I just wanted to keep going. We're going, like, we got asked to tour Europe, go to Europe. I was over there, and that was just rigorous, like, you know, playing almost every night, just traveling throughout Europe. Came right back. Right when we got back, the day after we got back, I think we played one of the Silver Lake festivals back then. Health-wise, like, I had gone to the hospital during one of our tours in Minnesota. And they're like, yeah, you're about to have a heart attack. And it was because I wasn't drinking water. I think I'd wake up, drink a bunch of coffee, and then when it came to about 5 o'clock while we were driving, I was like, let's pull over to the beer store. I'm gonna get beer. We go sound check, and by then there's free drinks. So I was like, well, I'm done with the beer. I'll just start drinking Jack and Cokes, or like, and never thought like, oh, I should have some water here and there, and other ways of my living put me in the hospital. So there's a lot of things coming to head. A lot of stress on a band. It wasn't like we were the Who or some, you hear all these other, I don't know why I said the Who, but other bands that have made it, and they would like break up, but they were making tons of money at shows, and they even broke up. We were still like we were barely getting by and like still staying together, but I think it just finally, at one night, and we had a show when we got back from Europe at Cheetah's, the strip bar. We're all just, the two of us just stressed. And I made 4 or 5 songs into the set. Like the drums just stopped. I'm like, girls dancing on a pole. I'm like, I try to just keep strumming. Like, all right, I guess that's it. Restaurant, thank you. And I'm just turning around like, what the fuck, motherfucker? And kind of looking around and like, yeah, he's gone. So I just start packing up. And then all of a sudden he comes back in and starts loading stuff up. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, you left once, like just put the stuff down I got. It's done, man, it's done. There was a skirmish that ended up us being on, what was fitting was that we ended up on top of somebody's real drum kit. So like loading off a bunch of junk from what our drum kit was, we get in a little skirmish and ended up on a real kick drum. But somebody wrote like a review or something online. It was like, best like punk rock has returned, or best punk show I've seen in a long time. Band plays at Titty Bar. 4th song in, drummer leaves, comes back, band members get into a fight in the bar.
Let me collect my thoughts. Troy was coming into this bar that I would play at all the time, and I had met him and I had seen him play in the past, but like I didn't really love the music so much. I didn't get it. Maybe, I don't know. I just didn't like it. I was like, what the fuck is this? But I remember like I was in this country band, and I thought the original idea behind it was that I was supposed to we were supposed to be doing like kind of like a garagey like punk rock take on like country or like pop country or something. Then it ended up not being that way, so I was like, fuck this, I'm out of here. So I quit, and then I saw Troy one night, and he was playing at our bar by himself. And then after the show, I was like, if your drummer keeps not showing up, you're gonna have to hire me. And he kind of like laughed it off, whatever. And then he was like, yeah, give me your number. And then like a year later or something, he called me. He was like, I got this tour that I need a drummer for. And we met up and like did a couple of rehearsals, and then I barely knew the guy. I just went on tour with him, and we had like a crazy time.
There was more than 8 people. It wasn't.
No, there wasn't. Not for us. There was like 10 people at the
See,
most.
there's more. So anyway, yeah, we play, and then we realized that we don't have this great hotel room rate. So we're like, fuck this. Like, let's go.
This is some shit that he does, like...
What I was referring to, like, this is what I do.
This is what he does. This
Let's get you into
This is the shit that he does. He just is like, oh yeah, we got it, don't worry. Oh yeah, last time we played there, we got hooked up on a hotel room. It was great.
That doesn't happen every time.
It happens a lot.
And we asked the girl, like, we've been walking the strip, and like, we need to shower or something, like, or at least let us go, like, take a break by the pool. And she goes, okay, well, I'll like, she does the whole like key thing, like, well, now you can get into the pool area without a problem. So we go in the pool area and like dive in the pool, kind of rinse off, and then like sit by the pool and talk for a second. We both just pass out and then wake up. I remember I got sunburnt.
Doing weird tours and stuff is like, it's just weird sometimes. There have been a bunch of times when I've been like, what the fuck did I get myself into? So many times. But yeah, nothing, I mean, I feel like that's just a question that I'm always asking, like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Constantly. We played a show in Missoula, Montana, I think, and it was like at a VFW hall or something, and it was like crazy, super punk rock. It was the best time, and I think I was like kind of like in it for the tour, and after that show I was like, this is cool, and it's like kind of what I need. I just needed like a thing that was like a thing, and it was an experience, and it was like a lot less bullshit than like playing in other bands where you're like going for like some kind of image or something, you know what I mean? Or like trying to appeal to like we're gonna have this kind of band and go for this audience and like make this kind of music, as opposed to like that. I remember that show in Montana, it was crazy, and there were all these kids, they were like 18 years old, and we just like went nuts. It was in the back of a VFW hall, and it was like such a punk rock experience, and the sound was shit, and it was like super dark, and it was badass, and it was great. And I was like, after that I was like, yeah, I think I'd I think we should do a record together. And he was like, yeah, that'd be cool.
verses.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
so I don't know. What do you guys? It's up to you guys. What do you want to do?
The performance for this one was just better all the way around. Like
Just from the top, with that guitar,
no. What we
just did.
What he
Yeah.
just did was
So
like,
we'll just leave the track and guitar out.
I mean,
Or
for
you
the,
could use
for
that
the thing
as
is,
the booster guitar.
you could use that as a booster guitar, like
For the choruses?
In the chorus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just
Or you could just fucking copy paste, make another track if you want to boost choruses. The performance for this one was just like way tighter.
Yeah, no, I'm in.
and
So-
then for the verse should just be one guitar, like just one amp.
Okay.
And then just boom it right when we were saying too, like that hit like the jun jun.
Yeah.
Should be
all
big.
those should be too.
And then
Okay.
the chorus, it's all wide open.
So do we wanna use this sound for our verse? Or do we like this sound for the verse, or you want to use this for the chorus and get like a smaller sound for the verse, for like just a single guitar? Something like
yeah, maybe.
smaller, I don't know.
I was thinking we could mic up an acoustic and get overdub with that. For the
No, that would
verses.
be cool. Do I have a dobro here? I might have
The
one.
GoPro?
I might. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be
I mean,
fucking
you just-
dope, bro.
I have my other my other hollow body that sounds pretty good
Alright.
as an acoustic.
You got a GoPro?
But if you got a dobro,
No,
then
okay, no dobro. I thought maybe we had to re-res one for a minute.
but the verse part, what I'm imagining, just needs to sound like just a swampy, like dude on a fucking porch.
Yeah.
It can still have like a
So we
little
should
bit
do
of.
that in there. We should do that like. It would be cool if you were like doing like a little foot stomp in there too or something. Just.
And it's fine. I think
we'll
it's
set you up
fine
in
if
there
it
for
still
that.
sounds electric, but just kind of like a shitty little, like a dude that's.
Does your other one have an instrument output, like a jack?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just take a DI from it then, and I'll put a mic on you and take a DI from it, and we'll blend those because we can drive the DI.
let's do that.
And we could reamp that into.
So just
the
get
amp,
that
too.
So I think there's something good about
So-
actually like miking the strings and getting
Yeah,
the
I'm in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
fret sounds and
I think on all the recordings I've done, whether it's been restaurant or what we did, like we've always done like one track of where it just you hear the actual strings cleaning and shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my other. I've got like a 51 Silvertone on the amp too. That sounds pretty.
Alright, yeah.
Maybe we can do something with that. Cool. All right. We did good. We did good. Now we get to go outside, do other stuff. Yeah, I'm a one-man band called Restaurant. Haha. Like, just stupid. Like people are like, what? Restaurant? You're gonna go see Restaurant? And then they go see Restaurant, and then it's just one dude playing some junk with his feet and like some really crappy guitars. Yeah, so it just came from, I hated that word. I like restaurants, but I just hated the word. I hated to spell it. I hated to write it. And I'm like, oh, it's almost like make your friends or your enemies your closest friends or whatever. So I'm gonna make this word like my, I'm gonna embrace it. And Tyler and I just sit around like, I want to change it. He never wanted to change it. I was like, I got to. Like, I just, this is what we do now. Restaurant was what I did with other guys, other drummers and stuff. It kind of like, I'm changing. Which I never changed. I don't know. I was still writing the same kind of music and playing the same stuff. It's not like we added a bass player or we started playing real drums or anything. It was dumb.
And he would always say that like he felt stupid saying that name to me, telling people the name of the band. And I always thought it was genius. I always thought it was great. so he's actually the one that wanted to change it for the longest time. And he was like, I want to do something that, you know, I won't be embarrassed when I tell people. So we changed the name of the band to Snake Arm.
Someone like wants to use a song for a show, and there's some questioning on like, well, credit and like money and like how's it getting paid, and like with our licensing group and all that. I was like, this is a headache. It's a restaurant song, but we're Snake Arm now. But and they're like, what? Snake Arm, is that another band? I'm like, no, it's me. Like, so then 2 days after that, this festival goes, we want to book you guys. And here's your guarantee, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, this is great. And then at the end of the email, he's like, but is it okay if we book you as restaurant? Because everyone that's coming to this festival knows you as restaurant. Like, they don't know Snake Arm. I'm like, yeah, whatever, yeah, restaurant. And then a few days after that, another festival like says almost the exact same thing. We want you to play, but do you mind if we have restaurant and then parentheses Snake Arm on the bill? I'm like, oh, you know what? We're restaurant again.
I always felt that the name restaurant was just, it didn't take itself seriously, which is like what, despite my demeanor in this interview, which is like what we do, you know? It's about like not taking things too seriously. I always feel like there's an element of that to like a lot of the best punk rock and like art. Like Dead Kennedys, you know what I mean? Like they just didn't, it was serious stuff, but they like were very like tongue-in-cheek about it.
And I feel more comfortable, like, yeah, I mean, that's who I am anyway. Like, I got a bad sense of humor, don't spell that well, and I like Roman history, it's a V, you know? And sometimes the English, you know, the Brits. I remember we were over there, I'd be like, yeah, it's with a V, I don't mean to say that, but it's with a V. It worked out. They're like, oh, hi, this guy's funny.
It was a straight up junk kit and it didn't make a lot of noise, and it was like, the straight up junk kit had been done before. You know what I mean? Like it was a different iteration of one, but that has been done before for bands that existed prior to Restaurant. I liked fucking huge, thunderous, especially as a two-piece. Like, it's my job to like make a lot of noise, like as much noise as possible. So we actually added the drum machine back in a way that was playable as opposed to just hitting play on something.
Tyler doesn't use any drum machine, like that's all live, but it's sampled beats, or beats that are programmed into his pad, but he's gotta actually hit it. None of it's triggered, it's all live drums, but he's gotta physically hit those pads and like to make those sounds.
Scott Byram said it sounded like the junkyard from the future, which was pretty funny. I liked it. The shit that you make lasts forever. Like the songs that you record, they last forever. That is like your thing. You want to make the coolest shit that you can, because that is how you are perceived for the rest. You know what I mean? Your art is like the representation of you to the world, and you want the coolest thing to go out. It doesn't matter if you lose a bunch of money on it. You just want like the coolest thing to go out, because that's cool. That's what's great, is like making awesome shit. That's the only thing that matters.
The Fuck yeah, all right, here we go. Let's have fun. Thanks for being here, friends. Thanks, Delta Bombers. Thanks, Hardship Anchors, for playing. That sounded really good. This kick drum in my monitor a lot, please.
It's like if you're in a typical scenario where... Shit! Whoa! You got another C-stand? Uh-oh.
Not that I don't listen like straight up shit in my face, you know. Like there are times that I don't want to think about anything, and yeah, I'm like, all right, listen to this straight up shit. Straight up shit in my face. Fuck, I'm terrible at this, Kyle.
Man, we started shooting this thing like 4 years ago. It's honestly, when you first asked us to do it, I was like, what? I thought that you were gonna be like a nerd. I thought it was gonna be like some really amateur shit, you know what I mean? Let me rephrase. I didn't know what to expect. I thought that it was gonna be weird, and like, I thought it was gonna be like some like, you cut it together on like iMovie, and like, I don't know, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect at all. But it's been fun, and now we're friends. Hear me out. We don't have to finish this now. We can wait till 2011, 2021.
2011? Let's wait till 2011. Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm doing right now is I'm repainting the ceramic tile in my bathroom. That epoxy paint fucking stinks.
No, anyway, so we
This interview sucks.
This is how it went down. So we went there, ate, and then
Like talking about the Mexican
Stop.
food that we had.
no, but that was a moment.